Hi folks, so I haven't had time to do the videos that I wanted to recently, so I just thought I'd do a really quick one to introduce you to some really nice strawberries that you can get. These are Alpine strawberries, little tiny strawberries that have a really nice flavour. It's sort of a bit like sherbety, maybe a sherbety type flavour. Anyway, I've got them growing in some wicking beds across the front of my house, as you can see here. These have been established quite a long time and all the timber's rotted away, but the beds are still relatively intact. And I've found that these Alpine strawberries are a really good crop. They just seem to produce constantly. I always seem to be able to pick some, most times of the year. And as I say, yeah, they're really delicious. So what I thought I'd do was just show you a quick recipe that I do with these Alpine strawberries. As you can see here, they've got really nice flowers as well. A couple of recent photographs. Generally, they're pretty small, like maybe a centimetre, but sometimes they get a little bit bigger. Okay, so the recipe that I'm going to show you is just a type of porridge that I do. It's sort of a little bit, it's kind of like a cross between porridge and a muffin, really. So the ingredients that you need some oats. So that's the first thing I'll put in here, some oats. And generally I sort of 1/2 to 3/4 fill the cup with oats. And these are just regular oats from the bulk food store. Then the next thing I put in is a little bit of vinegar. So this is apple cider vinegar, just for a little bit of flavour, and it's supposed to be healthy, so I've added it. Then the next thing I do is add a bit of LSA, so your ground up almonds and all that sort of stuff. Again, it's meant to be healthy and it gives it quite a nice taste. I should say I actually got this recipe originally from a friend of mine. I've kind of probably modified it a bit. Next thing's an egg, so just a single egg, and this kind of binds everything together. And actually, when you cook it, it sort of that's where it forms like a bit of a muffin. And here comes the key ingredient, the strawberries. Although you can put in whatever fruit you want here. I mean, you can put in banana or mangoes or whatever you like. So once you got all that stuff in, I just sort of mix it up. I mean, sometimes this is just oats and water, but I like to try and add the LSA at least, and as I say, the egg tends to bind it together nicely. You need a bit of water in there, so this is sort of a bit of trial and error. Put a bit in, mix it in, and if it's not, if there's still a lot of dry stuff in there, then I usually add a little bit more water and keep mixing. Try not to make it too runny, or it won't sort of cook up particularly well. A few more of those really nice strawberries, Alpine strawberries. You can sort of get an idea of the consistency here. I don't really use specific measurements, I just sort of play it by ear, really. Put in as much water as I think is necessary to get it mixing well. So once we've got it all mixed up there, a nice even consistency, and there's no bits of egg in there, then we stick it in the microwave, and I microwave it at 900 watts for just under 2 minutes. So 1 minute 50 is about right, I find. Usually you can tell when it's done. It kind of tends to, it hasn't done it here because I probably put a little bit too much water in, but it tends to sort of separate from the side of the container. Then the next thing is a bit of honey, and what I try and do with this, I'll put it on top, but I try and get it to seep down the sides, so I might sort of lift the the edges a little bit so the honey sort of seeps all the way down. Otherwise you're just eating a heap of honey at the start and you don't have any at the end. And then I leave it for a little while to cool down. You can see here it's cooled down and the honey's kind of drizzled down over everything. and then stick in a bit of yogurt. So this yogurt's actually got a bit of honey in as well, so it's again probably honey overload, but it's a really nice recipe anyway. So I thought I'd share this with you. It's something I do most mornings, but as I say, I don't always have exactly the same ingredients, but I have some variant of this most mornings.